I am Ragnar from Frason Fencing and welcome to non-boring HEMA Sparring. I'd made a few changes to the usual formula and create a video series that's actually fun to watch. We're starting with some arming sword and buckler today. It's a really nice discipline to fight in because it teaches you proper distance management, and if you're a bit ambidextrous or you're teaching yourself to be, then this is a very good discipline to improve upon that. The special thing here is obviously the buckler in your non-dominant hand. You can use this to probe your opponent for attacks. That means you can bait them. You can open yourself up, and it's a small shield, it doesn't weigh that much, so it's very easy to maneuver around. That means if you're opening yourself up on purpose to invite your opponent to strike upon you, then it's a very easy thing to just flip back, take the hit and go for a counter strike. My opponent is a bit shorter than me, but still using pretty hard strikes to just break through my defense. It's a viable option, but if you use it too much, as with pretty much every tactic, then it gets easy for your opponent to read you, and therefore you should switch up your tactics a little. Maybe use Haubrechen if you're getting close, to just really make it easier and safer for you to cross the distance, break away their sword with yours, then follow up with your buckler, bind that sword, and then you're pretty much free to hit them wherever you like. Of course they have a buckler too and they can defend themselves, but within this short of a distance it's quite easy to maneuver around that and just maybe hit them on the shoulder or the back of the head. Just be careful, obviously. As with pretty much every fight I'm in, I like to apply pressure. I like to force my opponent into making mistakes. And while this might sound a little mean, I like winning. And it's a martial art. It's a valid tactic. If you put your opponent under a considerable amount of pressure and he thinks that he has to make a move, it makes it easier for you to predict when an eventual attack will come in, and that makes it easier to defend yourself. If you can predict your opponent's moves better, then it's easier for you to counter them and to get a hit in yourself without being hit. And I think this is pretty much the base of fighting with swords. Add to that a good feeling about rhythm and timing, and you will become quite the efficient fighter. It's not that I say that I'm the best or anything, but these are principles I try to apply to every martial art that I'm in, and it's become quite successful for me. So I'd advise you to take a bit of time, maybe slow down your general sparring practice, which is pretty much always a good idea, and then think of a rhythm in the fight. I like to put my opponent into a rhythm, and after I have them there, I'll purposely break that rhythm. Or I just hold back a little, play it a bit more defensive, and then wait. And then I'll see which kind of rhythm they are fighting in, if they have any. And for example, if they are about to make an attack and I see that within their rhythm, just before they initiate that attack, I'll hit their weapon. It's very purposeful, it's a very quick maneuver and safe for me, but most of the time it completely destroys their attack setup, and that's very beneficial for me. Then they will be more wary of their own aggression and I will have an easier time thinking myself through that bout. It's just a tactics game. It's a very good discipline, pretty much the best after Longsword in my personal opinion. But the principles I was talking about earlier still apply here, and they can apply to pretty much every fight in every martial art you're in. Just try it. It's way worth it, believe me. Another thing I really like to incorporate is changing my level. That's another thing that can break an opponent's rhythm. If my opponent is used to me fighting on a specific level, that means he will have an easier time engaging with me and getting in good hits. If I suddenly change that level, he has to adapt very quickly. And a lot of times this leads to my opponent not hitting me and me being able to hit my opponent, because of course I know that I'm going to do that level change. Oh, and if you like my stuff, then please subscribe. It would help me a lot, and also leave a comment and maybe even share it with your teammates or friends or coach. It's always fun to discuss fights, in my opinion at least, and this could give some valuable input for better or worse in what you should or shouldn't do in a HEMA bout. We finally come to the longsword section of the video, This is my friend and training partner Diquitem. He makes amazing videos about full contact fights in armor. Please check it out if you don't know it yet. It's really, really amazing work. He's a very aggressive fighter and thus forces me to work on my defense so he isn't able to just break through it. And it's a perfect example of why it's very beneficial for you to fight different kinds of people with different kinds of styles and backgrounds. You just grow from it, at least if you apply the basic principles of learning how to spar efficiently. That means, of course, take your time, think yourself through the bout, take a breather now and then, and adjust the intensity to what you are able to give and take at a specific day. When you're facing a very aggressive fighter, then it's mandatory for you to have a very strong structure, so he isn't able to just break through it. For that, you need a good posture and strong footwork to enable you to just hold on and counter in the right moment. The one thing that aggressive fighters struggle with, and that's obvious because they have to move forward and be aggressive, is having a very precise defense, because if they're running at you and intending to break through your defense, then they will of course not be able to defend themselves as well. It doesn't mean that he's not able to do it, but if they intend to run at you and just break through your structure, then they will not be able to have a good defense themselves. They have to come at you. If you are patient, if you wait for them properly and find the correct answer to their question, so to speak, then you will most likely succeed. But sometimes they just run through you. I hope you like this iteration of non-boring HEMA sparring. I have been Ragnar from Fraser on Fencing. Again, please subscribe if you like this, comment and share, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao!